Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. My name is Aubrey and this is my astrological outlook for the day. So it's June 1st. Welcome to June. Here we are in a new month, and this month of June, mark my words, will go down most likely as one of the craziest months of our entire lives. I really think that this month particularly is going to see a lot of very interesting revelations about things, and mixed with quite a bit of confusion and misunderstanding and a little side of mass sort of delirium and hypnosis, but at the same time also very necessary truths and things that we may have not considered to be actually part of our reality, finding out that in fact does exist, and things that we have thought were true and real up until this point in time maybe are not so much. So that's my quick assessment of what I see coming overall for June. But let's talk about the energetics specifically for today and this week. And we really, you guys, have a very beautiful week ahead of us in terms of the aspects that are coming into effect this week. And there's 3 specifically that I'm looking at. And all of them are a few day long, 3, 4, 5, 6 day long aspects. So these energetics are really going to carry us throughout the course of this week. And it's a week of trines, and it's a day of trines. And trines are really wonderful, beautiful energetics. And when aspects are happening and the aspect is a trine, that generally means that things happen very easily. It's not something that you need to try to do or try to make happen. With trines, the energetics kind of just happen. Things just fall into place. Things happen effortlessly that are being indicated by whatever planetary resonances are underway throughout the course of the trine. So when we have a week of trines, it says to me that we really have a week this week where things are just happening naturally. Things are falling into place. Energetics are, it's like an underlying current that is just aligning things properly and making them happen in, well, considering that we have the sun also in conjunction to the north node, aligned with their highest and best purpose for forward movement. So the first trine that I want to talk about today involves the sun and the degree of the sun, as well as the degrees, and this trine will be coming into effect over the next couple days. It's just kind of forming now. And we have the sun today at 12 degrees of Gemini. So that means the sun is going to be forming a trine to Saturn retrograde at 14 degrees of Aquarius over the next few days. And there is an emphasis this week and today, and as this energy builds, because of the degree of the sun and the earth today, of sort of standing up for ourselves in some way, and an internal transformation happening on deep levels that we may or may not perceive or be perceptive of personally, but it's happening, and it's actually motivating our personal assertiveness today. And this is because the sun is at 12 degrees of Gemini, and if you remember, this is the degree where the north node was for quite a while. A slave girl demands her rights of her mistress. So we're really standing up for ourselves and asserting ourselves underneath this energetic. And then the earth is at 12 degrees of Sagittarius, a flag that turns into an eagle and crows. So the energy today is helping us liberate ourselves from things we've been enslaved to and transform us into something that is much more in alignment with a truly free being, an eagle, a flag that turns into an eagle. And so, like I said, with the sun and the earth discharging those degrees, the sun is also coming into a trine with Saturn, who is retrograde. Saturn retrograde is about really reassessing what we're building and looking at the state of things now in the context of our overall goal and what we need to change, what we need to reevaluate, reassess, and restructure, reform in order to get to where we want to go in the future. So with the sun here over the next few days, it's really giving us an amazing opportunity to re-envision how we want our future to look going forward. We're kind of like blank slates right now in a lot of ways. And with Mercury retrograde and Pluto retrograde and also Saturn retrograde, and now the sun coming into square with Saturn while he's going retrograde, it's like, what changes do we need to make now to get the outcome that we want later? That's really what this is talking about. And the sun in trine to Saturn gives us generally like a very good ability to be self-disciplined and to channel vast amounts of energy and life force, the sun, towards whatever objective we really are working on or wish to obtain. It's super goal-oriented energy, and it's got like a supercharge for manifesting power, because Saturn builds, Saturn forms, and the sun is what makes everything grow. It's the life force. So when you put those two together in the trine, it's like things just grow so easily under this energetic. And with Saturn retrograde asking us to look back, what do we need to reform? What do we need to restructure? What do we need to change so that we can get a better, more enduring, and just more refined, more perfect version of whatever goal we've set for ourselves moving forward. With the sun here coming into trine while that is playing out, it really just gives us a strong, and with a sun in conjunction to the north node too, it's like aligning us with our purpose going forward, and then really like feeding that with the life force energy to grow and to build it in a reformed and restructured and better, more proper, more efficient, more durable, more long-lasting way going forward. So this is very constructive energy, very building oriented, creating, manifesting earth, even though it's an air sign. So it's very much related to ideas and new ways of thinking and new perceptions that have changed, maybe the ways that we were thinking about structuring these before. And that is a lot about what these retrogrades are about during this point in time too. So, this is incredible energy for fixing things to improve their long-term outcomes, plans, modifications of future goals, and future plans, future initiatives and objectives is very supported with this energetic, and it is a very good day for hard focused work towards a goal. But we have to remember, with Mercury retrograde square to Saturn, and I'm going to be saying this a lot over the next few weeks, whatever we are planning or whatever that we're working towards now, it has to be moldable and adaptable and flexible to changes that happen, or some level of confusion or lack of clarity, misunderstanding something somehow, somewhere along the way that alters aspects of our thought processes now, generally in our reforming, recreating process. So we really nothing that we're doing right now should be completely set in stone, but we should be envisioning really where we want to go and how we want to get there, and rethinking it, coming up with new ideas, new plans, new strategies, new techniques, alternative, this, that, options, all that Gemini stuff geared. And because the sun is also in Gemini, so it's ideas that are changing things and changing the way that we're building going forward, and new things that we've learned and new people we've met and new perspectives that we have are altering what we've done up till now. And so we're having to go back and rethink things based on our new understandings and where we want to take that going forward. So with that trine this week, and like I said, it's just beginning now. It will be exact in about 2 days, but I think it's really awesome coming off of our eclipse that we just had in this huge window period of really letting things go and releasing and having to deal with all of the painful feelings and stuff associated with leaving things behind so that we can move forward into the future. I really, really love that energetics that are imprinting and setting us up for this week, as we are with the sun conjunct the north node, really moving in and aligning with that new path that we are going down. So yeah, generally this is very good manifestation energy with the sun in trine to Saturn like that. So we really want to be staying in our higher mind and not getting sucked down into worries and fears about things and manifesting through worry and fear. We want to manifest through our faith and trust. And that is the way that we will get our best and most successful outcome with the things that we're building and working on and reevaluating, reforming right now as we go through this process. So This is great. Now we're going to add to it. And today this is like extra in effect because the moon is also playing a role in this aspect. But we have this week as well, aside from our master builder energy, the sun trine Saturn, we have Jupiter now coming into a trine, well, Venus coming into a trine with Jupiter. Venus is at the very last degree of Gemini today, 30 Gemini. That means she'll be moving into the early degrees of Cancer over the next couple days. Jupiter is at 2 degrees of Pisces right now. Cancer and Pisces are both water signs. So that means that we will have a trine going on in water as well between Venus and Jupiter. And this Venus trine, and the moon is in early Pisces today as well and will be conjuncting Jupiter. And so today specifically, this particular aspect that I'm going to talk about will be very supersized, and I'm expecting people to be in a very jovial, beautiful, good-spirited mood today and just feeling really good about things throughout the course of this day, because the moon rules our feelings, the way that we're our internal like environment, which affects our thought processes and stuff, is unfolding. And so the moon is a really significant influence in terms of how we're doing on any given day. And with the moon conjuncting Jupiter and Venus coming into trine with Jupiter this week, that is like the Hail Mary of the best energetic, one of the best aspects you can have in astrology, like altogether. And aside from this aspect generally having a positive influence on finances and financial markets, as well as relationships, partnerships, and love of all kind, Venus specifically rules love and money. People will just generally be feeling very content under this energetic and like social and jovial, and with all the Gemini energy, like just really wanting to like hang out and socialize and really good spirited and good natured and just really like happy, lighthearted, open-hearted, expansive love energy with this, and especially like I said with the moon today. So we have just a beautiful energetic going on today, and I really like this too because if we're feeling good and if we're feeling like open-hearted and optimistic and all of that, and simultaneously we're also in the process of creating and building and structuring our future and shining the light, the sunlight that makes everything grow on it in conjunction with the North Node, the path forward, this promotes a very beautiful outcome in terms of what we're creating on the more subconscious level, because when our feelings really affect our thoughts, and our feelings and our thoughts create our reality in the world and everything that we see around us. And so with these three aspects going on, it really is imprinting and doing a lot to help manifest and build a positive future going forward. And you know, that's happening individually in all of our lives, which when you add that together equals the collective whole. And that's how this whole transition takes place individually, and then it extrapolates, and before you know it, the whole society is operating differently. But I'm very optimistic myself about this aspect this week in conjunction with the Saturn Sun trine. Next, we have another ongoing beautiful trine that I have also been talking about the past couple days, and this is the trine from Mars in Cancer to Neptune in Pisces. Again, another water trine. And this is all about helping others and the search for divine connection and relation and wholeness. And we have overall just like a beautiful energy this week. Mars, the warrior, passion, the fuel, the energy, and Neptune, this spiritual connection, really like actively merging with the spiritual energy this week, and all of like the generosity and the lack of egocentrism, and also it's very creative and just very like spiritually oriented, like looking for our place in the whole and how we can contribute and how we can help, and it really provokes generosity too. So, and you know, that is also being infused into this Sun conjunct the North Node in trine to Saturn retrograde that we have going on this week. So this week is a week Hold on. So this week overall is just a week of very beautiful trines. And remember, trines happen, like, they just happen. It's not something that we have to try to do or try to create or try to make happen. It just sort of, like, they just work. They just happen. Things just, like, are operating that way. They just fall into place. And so with all of these trines in effect this week and the planets involved in the trines and the context of the trines and everything that we have endured up until this point, and the fact that we're closing out the eclipse window last week, really like a very prophesized and important and significant time that we're going through right now. And then we have the sun aligned with the north node yesterday, and now we move into this week of all of these beautiful trines that are helping us to reform and to restructure and to reframe our goals and our framework to build going forward. But it is happening with just a very increased sense of spiritual energy, as well as optimism and love and peace and harmony and hope and beauty and all of the Venus Jupiter themes and things. And today, like I said, we also have the moon there. So it's really painting a beautiful picture, in my opinion, of the future path forward and the possibilities that it presents, considering, like I said, we do have that destiny point, the path forward, where we're going, the north node, the direction that we're being pulled to, the way the blueprint is unfolding, still next to the sun while all of this transpires. So we have a lot of very disciplined but optimistic and open-hearted energy this week, and a strong ability to plan and create and manifest through our thoughts and our ideas. The sun in Gemini, trine Saturn, retrograde in Aquarius, aligning with our divine path this week by really getting to work. And we are aligning on our divine path this week by really getting to work on whatever is calling us and holding to the vision of success and greatness in our pursuits with unwavering faith. Mars, trine, Neptune in Pisces. Following our intuitive hunches this week and gut feelings about things, and seeking direction and guidance inwardly instead of outwardly. Remember, we are still in a very confusing, mind-boggling, like, not really sure what's going on too much time. Lots of confusion in terms of communication, misinterpreting things, not understanding correctly, lack of clarity. Mercury is retrograde, so we're really rethinking things, reevaluating things, reconsidering, looking at other options. And it's in square to Neptune, so there's a lot of like delusion around things, and just like I said, confusion and murkiness and fog and not being clear and specific. And the square, you know, the conflict between Mercury in Gemini retrograde and Neptune in Pisces. Just lots of disorientation in terms of the logical faculties operating correctly, and also just mind confusion and stuff like that. But on the flip side of that, if we are like very much aligned with our authentic self and authentic purpose, and we know and we have a very clear connection to our spiritual nature and stuff, it's also very enlightening and very much about spiritual awakenings, and there's a great potential to really like come to some type of new spiritual breakthroughs in terms of understanding and stuff during this time as well. So that is another aspect of the Mercury square to Neptune, but we need to remember to keep that in mind. So we have blessings with love and money this week, as well as a greater sense of charity and altruism generally, and I think it's a good energetic imprint for the energies of the first week following the eclipse and the full moon in Sagittarius last week, like I said. So that is my report for today. Like I said, I've said it a whole bunch of times in this video, week of trines, really beautiful energy, really good building and forming energy, and we just have an abundance of positive vibes this week. This is really a week of positive vibes. So I hope that everyone enjoys the day. If you liked my report, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends if you want to, if you think they would be interested. Ring the bell if you want notifications every time I upload a video, and leave me comments. I love your comments. You guys always have the most interesting things to say, and you're super smart, and I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys back here tomorrow for my video for Wednesday. Happy day of trines. Happy moon conjunct Jupiter. See you later, guys. Bye.